92.3, 96.7, The Beat, the Ace Hip Hop and R&B. What's going on, world? I'm Moran Tha Man, and I'm in the presence of a lot of awesome sauce right now. You know, I'm from Atlanta, and we have a lot of amazing talent in the A that I feel doesn't get a lot of shine for whatever reason. But I have the opportunity to shed that light. And right now, I'm in the presence of Lord Narf. How you doing?
What's up? I'm doing super good.
You doing
I'm
super good?
super tired.
Why are you so tired? Other than the fact
it was so hot when we was performing on that stage. Like, it was super hot.
Facts.
Like, that shit was at like 1:45.
Yes.
Peak sun time. Like.
Oh man, it's crazy.
Blazing.
Now it's so chill.
Yeah, it feels good now. I feel better and more relaxed, but definitely coming down from that.
Word.
Adrenaline, jumping around, all that shit I just did on stage.
Word. It's all good. So you are an artist from Atlanta. You've been putting in a lot of work. You're a member of Awful Records. But I just feel like other than your music, we really don't know a lot about you. And that's not necessarily
For
a bad
sure.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing. So
yeah.
I feel like we should just really take it from the beginning. Like, how did you really get into making music?
I always been like surrounded by music like my whole life, and surrounded by people who were making music. Like my brother, he would be making beats. Like back when we just had like FL demo like on our fucking family desktop. Like my brother making like these stupid little beats and like us freestyling and stuff. But I didn't start really taking it seriously until like about 5 years ago.
Word.
For real. And it's just because I was always surrounded by like everyone that was in Awful, Father, Ethereal, Archibald Slim, Keith Charles Space Bar. All of them would just be doing all this around me, and I was just like trying to like songwrite at the time, and I was writing like a lot of poetry, and they were just like, no, you should do this yourself. Like, you're fine, you should do this yourself. I was just like, bet, all right. So I tried it out, and like people were fucking with it. I didn't know if I fucked with it myself. I was just like, raps, not really I didn't imagine myself being like a rapper, you know what I mean?
So seeing how, like we said, you're a member of Awful Records, 17 of y'all, you're one of, I want to say, 4 females?
Yes.
So how does the camaraderie work, seeing how, you know, it's 4 females opposed to, you know, the other dudes? Is it competition? Do you feel like sometimes y'all outdo each other? How does that work?
I feel like there's never really any competition, and like I always say, people always ask me like, oh, how is it like working with so many guys? It's only like a couple girls and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I don't even realize it half of the time, or we don't even have that dynamic with each other, because we've all like been around each other and known each other for so long. We're all just like brother or sister or whatever, but we don't really like, you know what I mean, like feel like there's a male dominance or a difference, or we all just are like people who do music. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, everything's good, but no, like it's literally just chill. Like that's the only reason why I can you know, still continue to be like in a label that's just like full of guys and it's only a couple girls. And then with the other girls, like at first, like you know, with Tommy Genesis came in a little while after, and Abra came in a little while after, and it was just like they like fat right into the puzzle piece, because it was like it was just like normal, everybody just like, that's why we all clicked, because we have had other people that were in our crew, but like they just didn't bond as well. So you know what I mean, like, but we definitely, the people that are in it, like all just click and are just feel on the same wavelength with each other. You feel me?
Yeah, I remember one time I saw a tweet that you made. I think you were like, you are not awful. And I guess I'm going to assume that maybe there were like people trying to ask if they could join y'all, maybe.
People ask all the time to join us, and yeah, it's not that we don't feel like, oh, you're not one of us or whatever the fuck. Like, it's
Narf,
just
we
like,
got to build, we got to collab, we got to.
It's like you literally have to be like, you have to be like on our wavelength to like really be around us and hang out and chill and like accept the things we do every day. You know what I mean? And really bond and be able to be in a group of people and it'd be like, oh, like I'm just trying to compete with the next person. Like, nah, it's just like chill. Like, oh, you trying to rap? All right, you trying to sing on this? Oh, let me get a beat from you. Like, it's just chill. Like, it's just like we all work together or whatever the fuck. So.
Dope. One thing I really do like about your music is you really have like your own distinct sound. Like I can't really think of anybody that you sound like. So who are some of your inspirations?
Some of my inspirations, I'm super like, I always say I want to be like Missy Elliott. Like,
okay, that makes sense.
Much,
that makes
but
sense.
I'm inspired by like so many different types of music. I don't listen to just one type of genre. I listen to all types of music, and I'm always trying to experiment with my voice
Okay.
and production. Even though I do use a lot of awful production, like I still like to venture out and use other people's production as well. And also, there are people in awful that aren't just one type of producer. I could ask them, "Oh, can you make me this type of beat?
Right.
Oh, I want a pop sounding beat. Oh, I want a trap beat. Oh, I want some reggae shit." Like they'll like know how to, like, you know what I mean, do exactly what I'm asking for. So but I'm mostly inspired, like my initial inspiration came from being around, watching them do it initially, like most of the guys in our label or whatever, when they used to like rap and make beats. I would be like, dang, that'll be fire if I did that. Like I just want to be like them. And then
So
it
originally
was
you
tight
said
that they accepted me, like, oh, you're just as tight, like, you know what I mean? Like,
right. And you are. I agree with that.
You definitely should make music with us.
So
like,
who was the one that said you need to do this? Like, forget the writing.
They always saying it. I think Rich Pro Slim was actually one of the first ones. He'd be like, because we used to all like I said, like fuck around, freestyle a lot, and Poe would be like, no, friend, you need to rap, blah blah blah, you need to get on the track, and I just joke it off like, haha, I will one day, haha, like, and one day he just forced me, like, I just gotten off of work or some shit. Everybody was in the studio. Everybody was there, and I was so nervous to like record. It was so funny, but the track ended up coming out good. So after that, then everyone was just like, "Yo, you're right. Like, Frank, you need to do this." Like,
That's real. That's real. So you got the project Witchcraft that's out right now. My favorite joint on my tab. That joint.
I actually performed that one today.
Yes.
I never performed that one.
What?
That's
Never?
funny.
Like
I've done before, but I always like. I always do others that I feel like performing, but I always forget about on my tab. It's actually like one of my second or third favorite ones.
Yeah.
I love that one.
So what is your creative process like? Like, how do you take the time to really put together a body of work?
It's called having a couple of beers in the studio with the boys, and a beat comes on and I might freestyle, and then I'll record that freestyle. Sometimes I'll write it. Like, it all depends. And just like, but the process is really just being in the vibe of things. I don't ever like set up a plan like, okay, I'm gonna record in the studio at 3 p.m. I'll just come over, chill, and if some shit fire comes on, then
Word, that's dope. So what's next for Lord Narf? Like, what is the overall goal for Lord Narf?
I'm actually coming out with a new album by the end of this year.
Okay.
It's almost finished. I just, I'm putting the finishing touches on everything, but it's titled. It's called Lord Narf. Because all the tracks on there are like super reflective of me, like super sexy, but high energy, but rap, but you know what I mean? Like, it's something like none of the other albums. Like, I'm usually like a lot more chill and all this, but every song on there are just like straight bangers. Like, it's self-titled, so I'm super, super excited about it. Super excited about it.
That's dope.
Like,
that's
I
dope.
think this one's gonna be.
What
like,
is some advice that Lord Narf could provide to any up-and-coming artist? It's like, I want to make music, I want to do it independently, but I don't know how to get started. What is some advice you could provide?
The best advice I can say is just keep doing what you're doing and keep promoting yourself. Don't ever stop. Don't ever get discouraged, because there's going to be a time period where nobody fucks with you. And one like random motherfucker on the internet that like is really interested in you might put you the fuck on, and your life can change in like a week. Like, so as long as you keep doing what you need to do to show people what you got and all your art that you've created, like, continue to promote that, like, and stay positive about it, and also like stay around people who are actually willing to be a part of your team, because nobody can really do this alone as well either. I can say a big part of where I am right now is because of my team,
That's dope.
And I bet a lot of people can say that, so
that's dope.
Shit doesn't get done on your own.
I definitely gotta agree with that. It's a lot of people that won't give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
It's good to see that you're willing to do that.
Yeah, I didn't do this alone, so we don't do a lot of the shit that's going on alone.
That's
to
real.
be honest, so yeah.
That's real. So, where can they follow you? Where can they find your music for the people who are not hip to Lord Narf? Where can they find you at?
You can follow me at Lord Narf on
yes.
Instagram,
On
at
the
Lord
gram.
Narf on Twitter, Awful Narf on Facebook, Awful Turds on Bandcamp, Turds with a Z at the end, Princess Maggot Brain, whatever the fuck.
Where did that? Where did that name come from? Princess-
Maggot Brain, there's this Funkadelic album called Maggot Brain.
Okay.
And I've had the same email since I was 16 years old. And I just needed to create a Gmail, so I named it Princess Maggot Brain because that was my favorite album at the time.
Okay.
This Funkadelic album called Maggot Brain. Listen to it, it's fire as fuck.
I'll take your word for it.
But yeah, Lord Narf on everything.
Dope.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
You had an amazing performance. Keep working, keep grinding, keep doing your thing. All this is gonna pay off. And I'm just really happy for you. We're all just really happy for you.
I appreciate it.
We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Moran, the man, 92.3, 96.7, the beat. We're out.